going on? Uh, I must say here, I am not some communist, Marxist, anti-capitalist. You know what I'm saying? But I am, on the other hand, I look at this crony capitalism and this monopolism, with utter disgust and contempt. You know what I'm saying? This fakery. You know what I'm saying? This whole orchestrated goods and commodities, man. How they switched from gold back, man, to fiat, man. All that stuff really, really bothers me. But I understand, like, listen, economy, commerce, monies and things and like that. I mean, it's essential part of civilization. You know what I'm saying? But it can be used as a tool of pimpery and con and fraud. That's basically what's going on now. But basically, these are questions right here. Why isn't water free? You know what I'm saying? That when the owner of the corporation Nestle said they want to buy all the water, and that water is not a public right. It's a right of the CEOs of corporations to decide who gets and who doesn't. I mean, this is really how it goes down when it's free. It comes down from the rain. There was ponds, there was lakes, there was streams. They weren't always polluted because of corporate greed. Is the reasons why a lot of things are polluted, man. Because people, I mean, you can't blame it on any particular people. It's a long train of abuses. You know what I'm saying? And ignorance. And now they're trying to pin it all on the good conscience of every individual when, no, there's all kinds of stuff going on behind the scenes to exploit the situation to their advantage so they can take water from you and then ration it back to you. And if you don't pay the death tax, I mean, literally, that's what a lot of these things are, man. The water ain't totally managed to that extent yet, but yes, over in Africa, they said Jay-Z's like, we gotta go put water in Africa. No, they put in wells and they gotta pay tokens. So every little bit of water they get, they gotta get it from a pay token. So I mean, everything is monitored, every little drop of water. Like I heard, even a house burnt down, and they couldn't use the faucet right there because they were like, we need our pay tokens to survive. And I mean, this is the system they want for the whole entire earth because they fucked shit up and then they're hoarding water. There's something called the Blue Gold Hoard, it's called water wars, man, where they're actually trying to buy up all the water. Like just same way that they mine for oil. Well, these guys are like, well, fuck it, man. We're crashing the economy anyway. Let's mine all the water and drain the aquifers and drain the reservoirs. And then they'll hoard it. It's like that movie Mad Max, Thunderdome, one with Mel Gibson. At the end, there's a big-ass building, and it's all the water. They sucked up all the water and hoarded it. And I mean, I think they're really trying to do this. You know what I'm saying? And water should be free. And if it isn't free, the materials should be provided by people to build free public wells. You know what I'm saying? Just like old school wells, like with the string and a bucket. Just you dig a deep hole, keep digging down. You know what I'm saying? And then build bricks back up around in a circle. And, those or even ones with the old pump method. You know, a little pump. Hook up a bicycle pump to some kind of, mechanism. Push down and pushes it up. You know what I mean? These are very cheap, inexpensive things. And that's a very liberating thing. Listen, if the king or the people over you, they should just do these things. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you do. That's what's right. It's just, water comes from the sky. It comes from the rain. God put it here for man to use and to share, not for man to hoard for strategic reasons, calling it blue gold. You know what I'm saying? Which is a total. And see, the people will argue with you and fight and for the oligarchies' right to pimp you and oppress you by making you pay for water. Like right now, they get more for a gallon of water than they do for gas. And it used to be a very widely available resource. It used to be everywhere, but it's over pollution over time and mismanagement and even acts of God. And, to some extent, you got to always add that in, the acts of God, man, because man has abused this and oppressed this, and it's not free. That's one of the reasons why we get the judgment, is because mismanagement of free things that God gave to us. Like our rights doesn't come from the government or the Constitution. They came from God. The Constitution just outlines that it's just unalienable rights. That's just all people should be treated as human beings and as do unto others. You know what I'm saying? And they don't, but see, they don't live by that rule. They live by he who has the gold makes the golden rule. He who has the guns makes the rules. I mean, and that's what it boils down to. That's why they want to do gun control, because he who has the guns makes the rules. You think it's bad now? Wait till you submit up that. And then your right to free speech, and watch how bad it gets. Once they get rid of free speech, they can murder people and get rid of them because no one can report on it. You know what I'm saying? And you just would never know. You don't see how they're trying to put a box, the neo-feudal dark age box over, the technocratic oligarch box on us. And I mean, that's basically the beast of Revelation is 10 kings. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, so it is an oligarch, a world oligarchy. Plutocracy, man. It's crazy. But another thing, here's Tesla, man. Tesla discovered how to give people free energy way back in the day. I mean, it's crazy how long ago that was. And they've been aware of this stuff, and they won't release it to the public because they don't want you to be free. You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, it's not, and like I said, I'm not an anti-capitalist, communist, socialist, Marxist. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I'm just crony capitalism. It's like right now, listen, this dude told me they got Home Depot and Lowe's right across the street from each other. He said, basically, it's the same company, and they got two different stores, but all the prices are exactly the same. So it's like basically it's one company, but they give it two names so the corporation can fake it like there's two different companies, and it's not a monopoly. It's a fucking monopoly. This isn't capitalism. What we're in monopolism. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's sick. It's a sick fucking joke. But I mean, in this free energy thing, it's like basically, they're trying to keep us down, man. They don't want man to be free. It's just like hemp, industrial hemp that has no medicinal qualities, but it has textile qualities. They can make all kinds of different materials from hemp, and it grows real easy. It's real environment friendly, but they keep it illegal supposedly because the cotton industry has billions of dollars to lobby the government and bribe them into keeping it illegal. This just shows you how this corporate, and it's a phony consumer society or a capitalist society. It's really just a consumer society. Consumer societies, everything that comes out of it, no product is lasts very long because they want it to break, so you have to buy more, and then that keeps you working, and it keeps you chasing the carrot. You know what I'm saying? Back in the day when you bought an axe, you could use that and cut wood with it your whole life, give it to your son and your son's son, and then we could even have it now and still be chopping wood with it. Now you get the metals. They're made to just last a few years. But they're chintzy, man, and shoddy, and it's by design. You know what I'm saying? Like TVs and phones, man, they just meant to be used for a few years until something comes out so awesome that you won't need another one. They don't want to give you one TV that you're gonna need for life, because that frees you up, just like having free energy, free water, not having to worry about that stuff. With free water, free energy would free up people enough to plant trees. You know what I'm saying? And plant orchards of fruit trees. You know what I'm saying? And other things like that. I'm just saying projects like that. Water purification sites. fish like big fish places where you can seed the fish and let them grow and get big, and transplant them places, things like that, like making environmental friendlier designs, you know what I'm saying, that are just even more efficient, you know what I'm saying, because with the free energy, free water, things like that, not having to slave for utilities like that, and even just even for instance, like, listen, yeah, re-allowing the buffalo to run free. Bring the horses back. Let the horses run wild again. Let a man go ahead and snag himself up a horse and just go ride off into the mountains, eating squirrels and shit. You know what I'm saying? Why not? What's wrong with that? Why is that a problem? And it is a problem. They don't want people doing that. And there's a reason for that. Like I said, the Indian is a great example, man. It's like it was only that savage because it takes that such savageness to keep freedom. Because if you, like now, like, people don't want freedom, they're going to take us over, and we'll see the savagery after they take us over, but they're going to get it without a fight. And then we'll see the real savagery. They're just holding the shit down, keeping it sensitive or sanitized for now, but there'll come a day when it's just going to flip on us, man. It's going to go fucking straight up Nazi genocide, Holocaust, democide. The reservation part 2. You know what I'm saying? Reservation 2.0. Extermination, vaporization chambers. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and it's like, even though there has been a lot of damage, and you can't just blame people, man. We're not corporations. We're not greed. We're not the fucking companies. We're not the stock market, man. We're not these greedy monopolists, man. These greedy crony capitalists, man. This fucking rigged, fraudulent fucking construct, matrix system, pyramid scheme, fucking what is that fucking shit called, man? Fucking Ponzi. You know what I'm saying? Ponzi, fiat, proxy, de facto, kangarooski. You know what I'm saying? That's where we're at. And I mean, and then, I mean, I seen this one Indian guy say this one time. He goes, dude, before, pre-America, you could walk up to a stream and just go and drink the water. I mean, how rich are you to have a stream that you could just walk out and drink in these days? You know what I'm saying? Because, I mean, you could survive off that little bit of water and grasshoppers. I mean, to an extent. And that is freedom. I mean, that is riches. That's freedom. That's freedom to be independent. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I know that's very low scale. You don't have to live so down and out. You know what I'm saying? But you don't have to live all high on the hog neither, man. And it doesn't mean you have less of an existence. It might even be more meaningful. People just have lost sight of that. You know, I think there should be, we should be more on having a pilgrimage back to the wilderness, man. And reconnect with what's important. And then family can depend on itself again. Like the sons and the fathers and the grandsons will have to work as a team. You know what I'm saying? And then that'll strengthen their bonds. You know what I'm saying? And even family ties. Like this family becomes brothers with that family. Strengthen the family ties. There are family ties, man. And you could see this working its way all the way up and down. And that love could heal this badly mistreated earth. I mean, it says in the Bible, it says the innocent blood defileth the land. You know what I'm saying? So all this innocent blood being spilled, all these atrocities because of this crony capitalism, this monopolism, this oligarchism. You know what I'm saying? And we should have, should have free energy. And there's other technologies like energy-based shit. And then you also have the cold fusion. You know what I'm saying? So some of these things could be miraculous. You know what I'm saying? But yet everything's all used for evil, used for oppression, used for pimpery, used for fraud, used for straight up jackboy shit, man. These corporations have jacked the government's name, and now they're using the government's name to come in and jack everything left and reappropriate it. Wealth redistribution, land redistribution, centralization. This is communist shit, dude. This is straight world socialism. It's nasty. It's a beast, and it's gonna It's gonna get even worse, man. You know, they're gonna have us living in little, caves, man, little dwarf houses.